Let's do this.
Alright, in this fight we start out by bringing out Pelipper and Archaludon against their Incineroar and Sinistea. Right, in this situation we bring out Pelipper to Drizzle, then we use Blizzard and switch Venusaur to try to protect the Incineroar. Pelipper doing some nasty maneuvers, killing the Dragonite, meant to be the Sinistea, but even better. Brings out the Sinistea again, we use Blizzard again, and then we Mega Evolve with Venusaur, and then we use a bit of Earthquake. In this situation, Sinistea protects. We do 27% off of the Incineroar, and then we use Blizzard, protects, and this, and we get Fire Blitz. A bit of an unfortunate situation here, but do you want to know what we do, chat? We Blizzard, and then we try to predict the Sinistea to not switch, but it switches to Gengar, and Sludge Bomb is resisted. Cursed Body disables the Sludge Bomb, as Blizzard hits both of them, freezing Gengar. Parting Shot hits Venusaur, and Incineroar switches out to Sinistea, which uses Hospitality on Gengar. We switch Pelipper to Sableye. Actually no, we do through that indeed. And then we switch Venusaur for Archaludon. Archaludon and Sableye comes out, Mega Evolves into the Gengar, and then Strength Saps, and then our opponent forfeits. Alright, in this situation we start out by bringing out the Basculegion and the Pelipper. The Basculegion with the ability to double in rain, and Pelipper bringing out that rain. We're using the Crunch and the Rakariv, and switching out Pelipper. No, we don't actually. We actually do though. Bringing out our Basculegion again, absolutely annihilated by King Gambit, which was not part of the plan. Quickly being set up by Rakariv as we bring out Venusaur. We Mega Evolve Venusaur, and then we do Earthquake to try counter King Gambit. In this situation we use Electric Shock. A bit of Venusaur damage being absolutely, again, it gets absolutely annihilated, don't know what I was on. We do quite a bit of damage to the Rakariv, boosting our special attack with it. Pelipper being brought out, as, you know what we do, chat? We use Hydro Pump, and we use Electro Shock, both onto the Rakariv. A critical hit with the Kamado Cleave, and then Psychic on it as well. Electro Shock being charged up, and Rakariv being defeated, as King Gambit still is on the field. Primarina is brought out as we Electro Shot onto the Primarina with a Moonblast being done in. We use Stamina and we Electro Shot the Primarina, one-shotting it. Sizzle is still out as King Gambit comes back out, which we use Electric Shot as we get one shot. Out by bringing out Pelipper and Archaludon, the Dynamite duo, as they bring out Torterra and Sableye. In this situation we use that Drizzle. We drizzling around, and then we do a bit of Blizzard to counter Torterra, and then we do Electro Shot onto the Sableye. We do Power Up, and we annihilate it, doing 65% of the damage, and then Pelipper being taunted, which doesn't matter, as we do massive damage onto Torterra and freezing the Sableye as Torterra shell smashes, and then uses White Herb. The rain continues to fall as we use a little bit of Blizzard and Electro Shot annihilating the Sableye as Torterra absolutely obliterates Archaludon. The lizard misses and Pelipper is still taunted. We bring out King Gambit in this situation as Lucario comes out onto the field. In this situation, we Blizzard again, and then we do a little bit of switching to Basculegion. In this situation, they Mega Evolve and Stockpile. This is not looking good as they life do, healing themselves as Torterra survives on 1 HP like a rat. Like, my god, you do not always have to come back. Use Crunch and Blizzard. Last respects onto the Lucario. I don't know why I said Crunch. The Stomping Tantrum is hit on Basculegion. And then we do a little bit of Blizzard, which KOs the Torterra. This fat ass Tortoise. Sizzle is brought out with Lucario as we decide to use the Hurricane. Hurricane onto the Sizzle and last respects onto the Lucario as Lucario uses the tap and gets Bullet Punch. Last respects doesn't hit as the Hurricane hits the Sizzle for massive damage. And then we use our Hurricane and last respects Bullet Punch hits Basculegion, knocking that boy straight out on the floor. Flash Cannon hitting Pelipper, doing massive damage as Hurricane misses. You switch out to King Gambit, doing some massive manoeuvring. We use Hurricane and then we actually use Brick Break on to Lucario. As you see, yes, Brick Break onto Lucario. Life 2, healing both of them up as Hurricane hits, putting it on 3 and doing that. And then our Pelipper being on 1 as Brick Break hits, odds they're on 6 and 9%. 69. Nice. 69. Nice number that. As we do the same strat once again. Actually no, we don't use Rain Dance. We use Hydro Pump as it has the best accuracy and Brick Break onto Lucario. The next object we use is using Flank onto the Pelipper and using Life Key to heal them both up as we use Brick Break killing the Lucario. In this situation, we use Brick Break onto the Sizzle as they use Bug Bite, stealing our Citrus Berry, which is not very good for us. We use Brick Break putting them onto Orange Arrowish health, using Brick Break once again as they steal more of our health and heal more with the Shell Bell. In this situation, they're on 7% and we're on 36. We use Protect to try and think of more situations where we can win this. And then we just decide to use Brick Break with an unfortunate crit from Sizzle which kills